We were level 2 prior to this. By achieving level 1 status, we've become a center that doesn't have to transfer any patients out to provide life-saving care.
It is well known as the county hospital that serves the Inland Empire region with high-quality medical care, but also a great place to train future physicians and future nurses.
We developed a program, actually just a partnership with our local hospitals to go out and teach them about trauma. It's a phone call, and then we'll set a classroom for their physicians and ER nurses. And we're more than happy to go and provide this education because our goal is to provide optimal care for all of our patients, not only in our hospital, but in the outside hospitals as well.
So I think having education in addition to being able to deliver high quality care, that's what I think makes this hospital a very special place.
San Bernardino County has always been the biggest, and once again, we're the best. Under the Board of Supervisors' visionary leadership, we earned an incredible 160 Achievement Awards from the National Association of Counties in 2023, winning more than any other county for the second year in a row. There are more than 3,000 counties in the United States, and San Bernardino County continues to stand above them all in terms of accolades for innovation, efficiency, and public service. This year, we were honored for streamlining staff training for our homeless point-in-time count, hosting 32 animal adoption events leading to more than 1,600 pet adoptions, making building inspections easier, keeping residents well-informed and safe following the El Dorado flood, teaching children the importance of good oral health, providing reentry support to vulnerable clients following incarceration, enabling local job seekers to succeed in their careers, increasing access to healthy foods for county residents, unveiling our Curtain of Courage Memorial. And this is just a sample of the 160 national awards that San Bernardino County earned for the services we provide to our residents and visitors. Thank you to our county employees for making this recognition possible.
Good morning. I would like to call this meeting to order. I'd also like to acknowledge our High Desert and Joshua Tree conferencing sites. And thank you all for joining us. This morning, we do have staff in the rotunda that is available if any member of the public here is wishing to speak to someone about our items number 150 and 151 on today's agenda. So please see county staff in the rotunda if that is something that you're here for. And today's pledge and invocation will be presented by 2nd District and Supervisor Armendariz.
Thank you, Chair Rao. Today we have the pleasure of having Bishop Emery B. James, who will be doing our invocation and flag salute. Bishop Emery James moved here from LA at the age of 13. He has a bachelor's degree from Cal Northridge. He received his theological training and became a bishop in 2015, where he serves as pastor of Ephesians New Testament Church for 38 years. He organizes numerous activities in the city of Fontana, mostly known for his Dr. King events. He is a husband, a father, and a grandfather. Today, Pastor James will be appointed also to our Equities and Opportunities Commission. With that, Pastor James.
Most gracious Father, we thank you for this opportunity to come together and to conduct the business of the county. We thank you for great wisdom and for favor and for all of the things that you have done to make this a better place to live and a great community. I ask now for a special anointing upon each board member, that the decisions they make will be made based on what they hear within their hearts. Bless this county, bless each district. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, liberty and justice for all.
We will now move on to our memorial adjournments. Vice Chair Cook,
Nothing.
Supervisor Hagman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just would like to adjourn in memory today and take a moment to acknowledge the tragic passing of Yanks Air Museum's Chief Operating Officer Frank Wright and pilot Michael Gills, who were killed in a plane crash at Chino Airport Father's Day weekend during Yanks Air Museum event. Our heartfelt thoughts and prayers are with the family and friends for that tragic accident. Thank you.
Thank you. Supervisor Baca. Supervisor Armendariz.
Thank you. I would like to adjourn in the memory of my uncle, Robert M. Ramirez, a.k.a. Gunny Sergeant Stoneface. He was raised in San Bernardino County. He gave 22 years of his life to the Marine Corps, where he came back to also serve additionally 5 years with the County of San Diego, and then another 20 years with the County of San Diego's District Attorney's Office. He passed away at the age of 75, leaving behind his wife, 4 daughters, 11 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. He will truly be missed. Love you, Uncle Bobby.
Thank you. And I have 2 this morning. I would like to adjourn in memory of Sheriff Crothers, who was 93. She is Lewis Murray's mother, my field representative in the mountains. And also in our county family, I would like to adjourn in memory today in honor of Rashad Banner. Rashad began working for San Bernardino County in January of 2018 as a public service employee assigned to the Sheriff Records Division. And in March of 2023, he was promoted to Sheriff's Custody Specialist and assigned to the High Desert Detention Center. Rashad was preparing to begin his career as a deputy sheriff through the Sheriff's Academy Class 237 as a deputy trainee in July. On Saturday, May 18th, he experienced a medical emergency during his physical fitness training exercise, and he succumbed to his medical condition. Rashad's family and coworkers and friends will remember him as a hardworking young man who made a difference and was always a team player. He aspired to be a law enforcement officer and one day hoped to serve his community as a deputy sheriff. So we are keeping his family, who are with us today, and also part of our family of county employees, in our thoughts and prayers at this difficult time. And we do not have any special presentations this morning, so we will move on to our reports from County Council. Tom?
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Board of Supervisors voted 5-0 to file a lawsuit against Health Net of California, Inc. and Health Net Life Insurance Company in this case involving the underpayment for medical services provided by Arrowhead Regional Medical Center. Thank you.
And reports from our CEO, Luther.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have nothing to report this morning.
All right, with that, we'll move on to individual board member comments. Vice Chair Cook.
I have nothing.
Supervisor Hagman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a few updates. On today's agenda includes a new ordinance allowing trap, neuter release in the county for community cats. Prior to now, non-domesticated cats cannot be released following vaccination, spray, neuter, without running afoul with the county's anti-dumping laws. So many were euthanized. So trap, neuter, and release will help control the population by ensuring they're properly vaccinated. And I want to thank all the animal care department for working hard to implement this policy. Also on today's agenda is $1.28 million to the Ontario Montclair School District for the Family Resource Center services. The FRCs offer a wide range of mental services to our residents. We also have on the agenda a purchase of 2 mobile health clinics to provide health and dental services to serve the hard-to-reach residents. And I will be attending the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce for Innovation Roundtable tomorrow morning between 10:30 and 11:30 at the Chino Hills Community Center. Please contact my office if you're interested for more information on that. Report out on Ontario International Airport. Passenger volumes soared past 618,000 in May, the most in a month since return to local ownership. And that includes 36,000 international passengers. So Ontario Airport continues to grow and continue to have more options for our residents to fly to. On SBCTA, the ZMU, the nation's first self-powered zero-emission passenger train, arrived last week in San Bernardino County. The ZMU will be tested over the next few months, but thank you all to all the staff and everybody else to make that possible to be the first of its kind in North America. South Coast AQMD recently passed Rule 1146, which requires applicable large water heaters, small boilers, and process heaters to meet zero-emission NOx standards for new equipment. So this is going to be something that in our county will affect our valley, but not the high desert. That's going to require going from gas to electric on some of these large water heaters. So there's always new rules, and with new AQMD to come out in the valley, it is going to be working this. So I just want to make sure our building department gets those information and we know what to do. It's not going to start till 2026, but we still need to be prepared. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Supervisor Baca.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just I want to say on the SBCTA Transit Committee, which we all serve on, one of the things that we approved, which will be going to the full body, is to add deputies on our Metrolink line. So this is to add a sergeant and several deputies onto our Metrolink line for those, our county residents that travel from San Bernardino County to LA County, just to ensure their safety. I think that's important to highlight. I think it's great action that the subcommittee taken, which will be going to the full board. The other thing, just want to highlight, there was a Lilac Avenue streetlight project, which is an unincorporated Rialto. Really want to thank Public Works for the great work they did. And just, personal story, there was a resident there that had no idea who our office was, but they saw the lights and they were just very, very grateful for the work that our county did. Because a lot of times, some of our unincorporated residents don't know the difference between city and county. So they were very grateful for the fact that Public Works did a good job to ensure those streetlights are activated. We all attended the grand opening of the new fire headquarters. Congratulations to the San Bernardino County Fire for the great work. But I just want to thank our county departments for doing everything you can, because this project was a great project. It was a renovation project, but the fact that this will be owned by our county fire in several years from now, and the price they got at was just tremendous work on our staff. Also was a keynote speaker at the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Academy. And just want to welcome all our new deputies to the county. Welcome to the family. We appreciate your good work and volunteering to protect our community. So it was just a great event. And then this coming Wednesday, tomorrow night, at Ayala Park, we're going to be having our Cup of Joe and having a discussion about updates on some of the projects going on in the Bloomington community, but also Land Use Services will be there to talk about some of the economic development and projects that are in the pipeline, housing and growth in the Bloomington community. Just want to highlight some items on the agenda. One of them is we're going to be adding 2 street arch monuments in Muscoy to bring a little bit of pride to Muscoy on the entry and exit of Muscoy. I think it's important that we bring pride to our unincorporated areas. It's a great project. Looking forward to the good work on that. We have a project also on the agenda that we're partnering with the city of Rialto. It's for 2 atriums, which are basically planners. They're going to be converted into study rooms in our Rialto library. So this is a partnership between the city of Rialto and the county of San Bernardino. Also on the agenda, we have an item for Burtec, which will be having a pilot program in Rosina Ranch, 1 year of street sweeping for that Rosina Ranch community. I'm sure they'll be very ecstatic about that. And also just want to highlight one other item that we have a partnership with our sheriffs and county schools that's on the agenda. And one of the things that's very important to highlight is this county schools works really hard to bring vocational training to our inmates. I want to thank Captain Porter and the Sheriff's Department for everything they do to try to reduce recidivism. So as they get trained in vocational training in the jails, hopefully they can seek employment once they come out. And that concludes my highlights. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. Supervisor Armendariz.
Thank you, Chairwoman Rao. Sorry. Public safety is, and reducing our response times is a top priority for the county, and we are actively working towards this goal. Just in the last 2 weeks, we opened several fire stations in the 2nd District. We attended the ribbon cutting of the Fire Station 81 in the city of Fontana, where actually I had part of setting that up when I was a council member there. I'm so glad to see that finally come to fruition. We assisted in the ribbon cutting. For us, it will help in the north end of Fontana to reduce their response times. We also had a fire station uncoupling, is what they called it there, for Fire Station 178. What's interesting about this fire station is they actually have a public library kiosk attached to it to attract more of their residents, and they're also going to have a monument for 9/11 behind the fire station. One of the other interesting fun facts is it is also host to the first fully electric fire engine in the county and third in our, in North America. So that's an interesting fun fact for me. Also attended the county fire headquarters where we're bringing multiple facets of our fire community, our fire marshals, and all those people are going to be in one centralized location, which will benefit all of our community. We also had our Ignite the Conversation. That was an opportunity for our residents in the Upland area and unincorporated areas surrounding Upland to reach out to us and have a discussion about what's happening in the county. I want to take a special thanks to Fire Station 164 for hosting us at that event. I also did a West Valley Water tour where I learned how West Valley Water treats their water and how they incorporate with the State Water Project. I want to take a moment to thank Water Board members Dan Jenkins and Angie Garcia for attending that with me. We also attended the Lemon Festival, where over 125,000 residents went this year. It celebrates the 27th year in the city of Upland and their festival. Also attended the annual Rancho Cucamonga State of the Chamber, where we were able to sit alongside small businesses throughout the community of Rancho Cucamonga and just share ideas and network with them. And we also attended the Fontana Chamber of Commerce installation dinner. Their theme was Bollywood-style gala. It's the 81st annual dinner for them, but they're celebrating 110 years as a chamber. The dinner honored their outgoing president and swearing in of their incoming president. I was glad to be a part of that. And lastly, I'm going to ask everybody who wants to know, just basically save the date. We're going to be having our 2nd annual open house on 8/8 at 5:30, from 5:30 to 7. So hopefully we'll see everybody there. That's all.
Thank you, thank you. I would like to highlight agenda item number 6 on today's consent calendar. It is a resolution that is requesting the state to declare a state of emergency for our lack of ability to get insurance in our county. So we have requested that they take immediate action to stabilize California's marketplace for homeowners insurance and commercial property insurance. The reduction of insurance options in the state has had a direct negative impact on our consumers' ability to get coverage, and it's putting our homeowners and businesses at a risk of catastrophic loss. And so this resolution today urges the state to take immediate action on that. And then, as Supervisor Hagman mentioned, we also have mobile health clinics. We have 2 coming to the greater areas, and then a 3rd out into the serving the Needles and Havasu Landing area. So that's exciting. I also wanted to talk about Global Entry is now being offered at, the screening for Global Entry is being offered at SBD over at San Bernardino International Airport. Previous to that, you had to drive far and long to get your interview for global entry, so that's a fun new service that's being offered there. And then I'd like to thank our Sheriff's Explorers. I participated in the Sheriff's Mud Run this past weekend, and we had a great time out there. My family came along with me, and the Explorers were out. We were able to support them, and it was great to run for a good cause out there and get muddy and have a great time. So thank you to the Explorers for being out there. And with that, we will move on to agenda revisions for today. Lynna.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have no changes for today.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask that we move item number 144 from consent to defer it to a discussion if my board is acceptable to that. Is that okay? Okay, very good. And with that, we will move on to board member conflicts of interest. This is the time to disclose any that you may have. All right, seeing none, our consent calendar today consists of items 2 through 149 minus 144. I have a variety of requests to speak. Before we do that, I do have a comment on the Apple Valley Animal Shelter. I wanted to highlight a couple of things today on that and to let folks know that we do have a dedicated staff to support rescue coordination, including the contract with Apple Valley. Included in it is the dedication of 2 rescue group coordinators to better network with the animals and increase customer service. We are hoping to see a significant decrease in the number of community cats received and picked up with our new cat community program, which will allow the county to stop accepting community cats and instead provide resources to the community to address them, such as dedicated staff to the effort, the trap, neuter, spay, TV, spay release vaccine, and spay and neuter vouchers. The TVNR program will be implemented in Apple Valley, and they will be conducting those trap, neuter, spay release events in the Apple Valley area and then throughout the high desert. So we thank staff for bringing those efforts to that. And the first request to speak that I have is Margaret Cashin, followed by Georgia Cortez. Good morning, Margaret. The microphone, I don't believe, is on. Button at the base of it.
It is on now.
Okay.
Is on, okay, thank you. Just to say, I totally support Josh Dugas and everything that he's done, all his research. I know his staff is doing a great job. I am in support of approving the contract with Apple Valley Animal Shelter. I kind of hope in the coming years you guys figure out a better plan. I think most people, biggest comment is 66% of the cats on an average basis never get shown on their website. There has been no TNR or spay and neuter. Studies show, if you look at, I think Nathan Winograd in San Francisco, he turned San Francisco around from a high kill to a no kill. So TNR and spay and neuter are the solution. It is, even though you're putting money into it, it's going to be, money will be returned in the coming years. So thanks so much for doing all the work you did. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Next up, I have Georgia LaCortez, and I apologize for the pronunciation of your last name.
Hi, it's Licorazzos, and that's okay. Everybody messes it up. Good morning. I'm here to speak on behalf of some of the items, specifically 74, 78, and 148, all pertaining to the animals, and I just want to say thank you. I'm completely in support, along with Margaret and many others in the community that have been working hard to advocate for change for our animals. I want to thank you for working on a collaborative effort with these monthly meetings to address the issues that plague all of our communities. And specifically this TNR program that you have implemented, not just in the county, but through Apple Valley, which, like you said, will make a significant impact on the animals, saving their lives and easing the burden on our facilities. I want to say thank you for the purchase of these 3 new mobile clinics. This is all very positive, and I'm excited, and I can speak for many in the community that are advocating for the animals. It's encouraging in the direction that we really want to see, and we're seeing with the county. Thank you. Also, the ordinance changing the verbiage on the community cats. This will also help to ease the burden, and along with the TNR and free or low-cost spay and neuter. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but there's a couple more things that I would ask to consider moving forward is expanding the mandatory spay and neuter to include all breed of dogs. It should not be breed specific for all dogs over the age of 4 months. And a continued crackdown on unlicensed breeding, which is mostly inhumane and not according to a lot of the standards that real registered and licensed breeders follow. And a foster program that would include or start at the moment a dog or a cat is found loose on the streets. You can start registering people who are interested in holding on to these animals instead of sending them to the facility at the point where they're contact, which also supports the Civil Code 1815 and 1816, which is a law requiring that all people contact animal services to come and retrieve the animal, which is not happening right now. These animals are being passed around and also contributing to the loss of animals for rightful owners, but passed around without vetting them where they continue to breed. And then, again, thank you to everyone involved and supervisors and all the people out there that advocate for all our animals. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is the last request to speak that I have. I will now entertain a motion.
The items except for 144.
144.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussions or comments? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Thank you, Madam Chair. With that, the consent calendar passes unanimously.
Thank you very much. We will now move on to our deferred item number 144. So we are acting as the governing body for the Flood Control District to approve a loan agreement for San Bernardino County Flood Control District for $6 million loan from the county to the Flood Control District regarding the Elder Creek Channel Improvement Project in the city of Highland. Good morning, Noel. We have you to present this today.
Good morning, Chair, board members. Yes, the item is for the construction of a flood control channel. As you may know, we had some storms, including Hillary, that caused us to defer some of the funding, put some of the funding towards the emergency repairs that were caused by the storms. So this project was already funded, and the emergencies cost us to use those funds to address the emergencies. So what we're asking for is that this is not typical. It's a unique situation, and we would like to ask for that loan so we can continue to move this project forward, which is a very important, critical project.
Thank you very much, and thank you to you and your entire staff for moving this forward, and the city of Highland appreciates this as well. Do we have any questions? All right, I do not believe we have any requests to speak at this time.
We do not. Thank you.
All right, I have a motion from Supervisor Hagman, a second from Supervisor Baca. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
I was going to say thank you, Noel, for you and your team's work on these matters. You got a lot to do.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With that, the item passes unanimously.
Thank you very much. Our first discussion calendar item is item number 150. We will open the public hearing, and this is a public hearing to discuss the collection of delinquent solid waste handling fees, also being presented by Noel.
Good morning. Noel Castillo, Director of Public Works. The item before you today is annual lien hearing for unpaid trash collection debt that is placed on county tax roll in accordance with our contractual obligations with the hauler. So mandatory trash collection has been in place since 2004 to meet state's requirements. It is an effective way to reduce illegal dumping and to enhance recycling. The haulers offer a few alternatives, self-hauling option and infrequent use option based on electricity usage. Per our contract, the hauler cannot discontinue service because of non-payment. Accounts unpaid for 90 days are delinquent and subject to the lien process. The hauler notifies the customers in a variety of ways, including the monthly statements, robocalls, direct notices to their accounts. Additionally, there is a notification of this hearing to the customers. You can see here, this year we showed 10.28% rate of delinquency for a total of $2.4 million. And that concludes our presentation.
Thank you very much. Any questions from board members? All right, I have one request to speak from a Susan Minkowski. Susan?
Hi, my name is Susan Nkosky, and I am one of those delinquent people. I'm here not to argue about being delinquent or not. I just find it that it's totally unfair and unjust that we bought a property recently in Devore that is right up against our current home. And that has a home on it, but we're not using it because the home needs to be fixed. What happened was the old owners called Vertex and told them to stop getting trash. And when we took over the property, Vertex sent us fees for it, and we said, we're not using trash, we have no intention of using trash. And they said it didn't matter, that because of what the gentleman just said, is that in 2004, somebody on the board decided that it would be a good idea that every single house has to have trash service. That doesn't take into account people who have a house that is next door to their house that they're using. It doesn't take into consideration that people in Devore have, over the course of history, have shared trash services with each other. And it's something that has always been happening in Devore, that we do share trash. I am all for trash service. I do not want to see people being able to dump their trash wherever they have, but I do think that it's reasonable that people should not have to be using trash service when there is no need for it. Right now, we don't have a need for it. I had called Vertex and told them that if we do have a need for it and somebody is living in the house, then we certainly will pay for trash service. In the 40 years that I've been in Devore, I have never not paid my bill for trash service. This is not about not paying my bill. It is a matter of principle that we do not need the trash service. The other thing that I do want to bring up too is that in Devore, it is also unreasonable that we have to have these small little bins for the recycling. Recycling is fine, and people in Devore want to recycle, and they are very good at having compost piles, and they're very good at making sure that they do recycle their trash. However, having small containers in Devore, they get blown away in the wind. The wind is extremely high in Devore. If you've been up there during the high winds, the trash will be blown away. And also we have bears up in Devore. Those trash containers attract bears, and we don't need to attract them, and we don't need to have trash all over. These two items I would like you to consider, and I respect the fact that you guys are
That's
making...
time.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, ma'am, if you haven't already spoken to the folks in the rotunda, I'd ask that you do, or maybe I can have someone come speak with you directly to see if there's any options within the uniform handling law that would allow for some flexibility. So it looks like some gentlemen are coming to see you right now to help.
Thank you very much for your comments. That is the last request to speak that I have. Any board member comments or questions? All right, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion from Supervisor Hagman, a second from Supervisor Baca. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Thank you, Madam Chair. With that, the item passes unanimously.
Thank you very much. Item 151 is a public hearing regarding the placement of delinquent water and sewer charges on the 2024-2025 tax roll for collection, also being presented by Noel. So I will open the public hearing. And Noel.
Chair Rao, board members, Yes, this is for the delinquent water and sewer charges of the tax roll, to put on the tax roll collection. Next slide. So this process is important for the operation of the districts. Revenues are collected to cover the cost of maintenance and operation of the facilities. Currently, delinquency rate is 7% for water and 11% for sewer. Every effort is taken to notify customers of delinquent accounts, including original bill, a late bill, delinquent final notice. For water customers, a door hanger is placed indicating shut-off date. Sewer customers, additionally, delinquent notifications indicating the account will be placed on tax roll. Final notice includes payment options. Next slide. This table shows the delinquency rates for the various areas with a total of 1,205 delinquent accounts and a total of $652,000. That concludes our presentation.
Thank you very much. Any questions of Noel on this? I do not have any requests to speak.
No, Madam Chair.
So I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
The item.
Second.
Thank you Supervisor Hagman for the first and Supervisor Baca for the second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Chair, with that, the item passes unanimously. Can I please clarify? I believe you did. You closed the hearing?
I did.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Moving on to item number 152 is an amendment to the employment contract with our Chief Executive Officer. By the way, Noel, thank you very much. This item is to approve an amendment to the contract between the county and our Chief Executive Officer, Luther Snoke, pursuant to Government Code Section 54953, Section C. The terms of the agreement must be read into the record. The amendment updates the term of the contract, will add an additional 2 years and 4 months to the new contract term of August 26, 2023 through December 22nd, 2028, with a salary consisting of $399,997 and benefits of $283,140. Do we have any members of the public wishing to comment on this?
We do not.
All right, any board member comments?
I don't know why you just didn't round up there with the extra $3, but no,
It was
Luther, you're doing a
make it a mouthful
fantastic job.
challenge to me.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job, and thank you for you and your team's leadership, and keep driving the county forward.
Vice Chair?
Yeah, I just, I went at the salary and then this is what you pay nowadays for some important offices that you have. I got to tell you, I'm probably the biggest pain on the board in terms of complaints and do this and impatient and everything else. And I apologize for those times, but what you've been doing, I think, in light of some of the problems we had in the past, is remarkable. And so I'm very, very happy. If you leave in next year, I'm going to shoot you, and there'll be justifiable homicide. But when you have somebody that's doing a great job like this, and thank you for helping with the situation with the dog and cat issue, sticky, and you solved that. So I didn't want to overlook that. So thank you.
Supervisor Baca?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. No, just I want to thank Luther and his team, especially Luther's leadership for really getting us through the budget cycle, making sure that our county continues to remain fiscally sound, and just all the amount of items. I know that all of us highlighted different things within our respective communities, but he's been able to deliver with the team collectively to deliver for the county of San Bernardino, and look forward for the continued years of work with you. So congratulations, Luther.
Supervisor Armendariz?
I also want to express the same sentiments. You've been a great asset to the county, and me being able to work with you and just your team, who is quite frankly remarkable. You've pulled it all together, and you've shown us as a place that we can live, work, and play. And I appreciate what you and your team have done for the county, and thank you for your service for us.
And from someone who speaks to you, I don't know how many times a day, starting at 5 a.m. and ending sometimes in the middle of the night, thank you for everything that you do. It's a fantastic opportunity to work with someone who comes up, brings their attitude of yes to the table. And by that, I mean, we typically bring you challenges and problems, and you start with, I don't know how to get to yes, but let's see if we can get there. And it's a mentality shift and change that benefits our residents and our businesses. So we really appreciate all of your efforts. So thank you very much.
Thank you, and to the entire board. If I could just make a quick comment. I appreciate all of your support so much, but so much of the work I'm able to do is really the work of the team and the work of county staff. And the thanks goes to them. And while I appreciate this, my family appreciates the stability that another 2 years, 4 months would provide. But it's also stability for the county. And having another 4 years of consistent leadership allows my team to feel comfortable, stable, allows the county stability on the operational side and consistency in leadership. And I think good things continue to be had in our future here. So thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate that. And for the record, this is not increasing my salary. It is increasing the term and a few benefits. So we kept it under the mark there and no increase there, Colonel. So.
Thank you very much.
I'll move the item.
Thank you for the motion, Supervisor Hagman, and the second by Supervisor Baca. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. With that item passes unanimously.
All right. We will now move on to public comment. Thank you. We will move on to public comment on items not on today's agenda. Our first request to speak is E.T. Snell, followed by Rita Loof.
Good day, County Supervisors. My name is E.T. Snell, and I'm involved in Barstow politics presently. My website is www.etsnell.com. I'm here to speak on 3 issues. I was promised a psych team in Barstow by the lady who was running the mental health department out there, and what they did, they moved it to Apple Valley. We all know that Barstow is a dumping ground for mentally ill. We need a psych evaluation team out there instead of the police showing up to deal with the people that have mental illnesses. Second thing I want to talk about is I'm founder of American Families Justice Center, a 7-year-old 501c3 that helps parents get their kids back from foster care. And we all know the ungodly and insane things that are going on in foster care. I was recently told that they had a kid in foster care in San Bernardino County that was sexually transitioning, and then all of a sudden the kid turned 18. They dropped everything, and so the kid's on his own. I don't think that's right, and I think we need to look at foster care in a different light. Also, the road from Barstow to State Line must be made safe, and the numerous deaths must be stopped. I feel that the undue influence by San Manuel political bribes must be brought under the microscope. They've closed down completely brand new rest stops. They've just done some horrible things. If you look at the rumble strips, the way that they were put in, it's absolutely ridiculous the way that road's been built. And you know, after all, San Manuel was built on the San Andreas Fault, and how they got a 27-story hotel approved on a fault is beyond my understanding. Getting back to the psych team that I would like to see brought into Barstow, there was a recent incident of a lady that runs mentors of another foster care nonprofit. Her son was arrested. He went to his old house that he lived at. He was completely out of his marbles. And the Barstow Police Department does not have any CIT training. I know that police chief doesn't allow me to bring my tripod into the meeting, which is completely absurd. But I'm coming to you supervisors today to try to get a psych team out there to try to deal with the mentally ill people that are being arrested and detained, and all they did was just act up a little bit. And until we train the police to deal with these people, the kid's in jail now, $165,000 bail, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. I'm also looking for some support from my nonprofit to help these
That's time.
women get their kids.
Thank you very much. Rita Loof, followed by Margaret Cashin.
Good morning, Board of Supervisors and members of the public. My name is Rita Loof, and I am a trustee on the San Bernardino County Board of Education Area B, which includes the communities of Rancho Cucamonga, Upland, Ontario, Montclair, Mount Baldy, and portions of Fontana. I am here today to urge the Board of Supervisors to support an education initiative and to tell you more about our services to youth in the probation system, as well as foster youth. The county board serves as a temporary school board for youth in detention, as well as alternative education students. We have 646 students in those programs. 32% are students with disabilities. On average, students who graduate from high school are at a 4th grade reading level. Only 6.9% of students read at grade level. I've had the opportunity to interact with a dedicated team in the probation department and want to give them all the tools necessary to ensure our youth stay out of the criminal justice system. So my goal is to improve reading for disadvantaged student populations, such as incarcerated students, expelled youth, and foster youth, by entering into an agreement with Lindamood Bell Learning Processes, which is one of the premier reading programs to remediate students. And I'm proposing a pilot project with 10 students as a starting point. I would love for the County Board of Supervisors to support that initiative, and I look forward to further dialogue. I'll leave some information for you with the clerk of the board. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. The last request to speak that I have is from Margaret Cashin.
And I'll be brief. I'm here to advocate again for better animal welfare in San Bernardino County. It seems for the last 2 weeks and through July 1st, cats from SB County that normally go to Apple Valley Animal Shelter are being diverted to DeVore Animal Shelter. On the one hand, it is overwhelming DeVore. On the other hand, the cats are getting visibility, which is typically doesn't happen at Apple Valley. As I mentioned earlier, about 66% of the cats on average never get displayed on the website. You never really know what happens to them. AVS's practices don't really seem to benefit the animals. As an example, here I go. Last month, we did a side-by-side comparison between the intake disposition reports and keeping a log of the cats that came through the shelter. 66% of them did not show up on the AVS website. We complained about this, and starting in February, more have been showing up, but currently not all of them. Changing direction, I feel like I sound like a complete crazy person when I bring up certain topics here at these meetings, but here goes. I think the big elephant in the room with Apple Valley Animal Shelter is the attitudes of the City Council, upper management of the shelter. This is not a personal criticism of a particular individual, but it's evident the City Council, the mayor pro tem, need to take themselves, their emotions, their past history, their private opinions, and their ego out of the equation. And I think in the big picture, they need to think in terms of creating a solution for their town, their constituents, and to assist the county. It feels like what they need is someone who is an expert in de-escalation, crisis management, and diplomacy. And I'm kind of hoping maybe the 2 employees employed by SB County would have skills. And I know this is a sensitive subject, but rather than talking about facts and this cat and that cat, that's the problem right there. I've been to 1 or 2 city council meetings, and it's just unfortunate. I mean, envision if all of you, after someone makes a public comment, you have to not listen to your town lawyer or the lawyer and just butt in and tell your opinion. It's, so anyway, that's all for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is the last request to speak that I have. With that, we stand adjourned. Our next regular Board of Supervisors meeting will be here in Chambers on July 9th at 10 a.m. Thank you very much.